Hello everyone, and welcome to our third and final video of the Clonakilty series. I've saved what should be the most intense for last with the port cask finish. Again, much like the double oak, it is a blended whiskey with this port cask finish. It doesn't particularly say what kind of port it is. That's not too important, really. Important. I'm doing a Colin Dunn now, I apologise. But even despite my previous World Whiskies of the Year with the Glen Scotia Ruby Port Cask a couple of years back, I am not the biggest fan of port barrels. I don't know what it is. I've tried a few, the Glen Scotia being incredible. It was great value, it changed my mind on them. Then I tried a few others where I wasn't particularly set. I have tried a tiny bit of this in the past, but again, it was like the first bit out of the bottle, and it essentially told me the reservations that I had. It confirmed them essentially. But I've given it a bit more time, so hopefully it's changed up a little bit. But let's smell, let's taste, let's see what's going on with the port cask finish. A bit of a running theme for Clonakilty, like despite what kind of cask influence it's had. I know there's a lot of wine influences with the previous two, and virgin oak and bourbon, but even with the new make spirit that we tried in the first of the three videos, it has a sort of a natural red fruitiness to it anyway. Like even with the port influence on this, it's like peaches and more cherry, apricot as well. Like really nice stone fruits. It's not overly sweet. It smells viscous. I don't know if can something smell viscous? This does. And the way it's, again, holding the glass, we need to do more of these. We've done them with all three of these now, but it is holding the glass beautifully well for something which, again, is like below 4 years old. Oh, there's a slight grapiness to it too. I didn't smell any grapes on the Bordeaux, but this has like a really nice juicy red grape smell to it. And a classic smelling note of port is like chocolate, nice dark chocolate. Oh, a bit Christmassy too, get a bit of nutmeg there, a bit of cinnamon. It's pretty typical for a port cask smell. The one thing that I don't enjoy with port casks is the initial taste. The smells are beautiful. I don't mind cherry. I can deal with port. I love more bourbon and virgin oak, as you all know. But the one thing I've always had with typical port casks is that the initial taste for me has always been very alcohol driven. But this has had a bit more time to breathe since I first opened it a couple of weeks ago. So let's see if that's changed. It has indeed changed. So the smell, all those nice red fruity, chocolatey things, that's the initial arrival. I'm actually quite happy with the order we've done these in because they're getting progressively drier. So the double cask wasn't particularly dry at all. It was actually really good. The single cask had that unexpected dry twist to it, which I enjoyed because it was just like, whoa, where did that come from? And it had a kind of milk chocolatey finish. The initial arrival of this is the opposite to other port cask whiskies I've tried. It's this sweet decadence. It's that backing up of all that strawberry, milk chocolate in particular. Creamy is how I describe it. It almost has the arrival of like a Balvenie 12 or even a 14. It's not as sweet, but it has that nice creamy malty texture to it. Then the finish gets quite dry, drier than the grain was. But judging that in my head, it kind of makes sense because if it was just sweet and creamy, it'd be a bit one-dimensional and a bit dull. Yeah, but the dry is welcome for sure. I can't decide if it's like too intense or not. Oh. There's that grapiness again. It has a taste to it of, I don't know if my brain's putting two and two together, because it smelt of red grapes. The second sip gave me a taste of red grapes. And now the finishes reminded me of like really good grappa that I've had. I do like grappa. I like New Mix Spirit. I like tequila. I like mezcal. I like younger spirits. This is changing my mind on port casks. I didn't think it'd be an Irish whiskey that changed my mind on port casks. I thought it'd be something like maybe like another Glen Scotia or something weird like a Daft Mill maybe. Oh, there's some nice peach notes too. The stone fruits are coming back. Peach, apricot. Warming as well. Like that cinnamon and nutmeg stuff really kind of kicks around in the back of your throat. Weirdly enough, it's not peated in any way, but that is like a winter product. Autumn, winter, there's, you know, that kind of the creeping cold starts to set in on an evening. That'd be pretty awesome in a hit flask, or even like a hot toddy. On its own, it's delicious too. Still drying though. For something of such a young age, it's got a lot of delicacy to it, and there's also quite a bit of complexity. More than what I thought would be in a sub 4-year-old spirit finished in some port casks. Weirdly enough, going against the grain of it, that might be my favourite. I'm gonna give that an 8.5. I didn't expect that one to be my favourite. The first sip of it certainly, the first sip of the first glass certainly wasn't. But as with all younger whiskies, and with every whiskey, you know, it deserves a bit more time and a bit more of a chance. Yeah, I guess like an 8.5. It's changing my mind, which is nice. Yeah, thank you all for watching. That's the end of our Clonakilty series. If they bring any more whiskies out, I'll be sure to buy those and review those too. But this is the port cask finish from their first releases. It's an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you all for watching, and I will be here next week with something pretty fun. See you around.